So your girl is back. I had to come tell y'all about my day yesterday. And how I thank God so much for my growth as an individual, as a woman, after a lot of the situations that I have been through in life. So as y'all know, October is not only Breast Cancer Awareness Month, but it also is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. And that is why I wear my purple pin this month, because this year in December, I will be a 3-year survivor. My situation had occurred on December 3rd of 2021. At the time, I was 20. I was in my own place, had my own car and everything. And I was dealing with somebody who didn't, have the same things I had, if that makes sense. We was working at the same job. That's not where we met. We actually met when I was, when I first came to Albany to go to Albany State. We met on campus. He ended up dropping out of school. I stayed in school. I graduated years later. Situation between me and him ended that year when this situation occurred. But yeah, I really just want to get back to the growth part. Well, let me backtrack. So, tell y'all the situation started. Told y'all I met him when I was going to Albany State. I have since graduated. I graduated in spring of 2023. I met him fall semester, August 2019. Y'all don't mind my hair, okay? I'm trying to get it together because I got an event to go to today. But yeah, met him in August of 2019. We met through this little app that Albany State had at the time. If you was a freshman, it was a little app you could download, and you could meet people through the app, just to get to know your peers. Since a lot of people that was coming was new. Everybody that went there, wasn't from Albany at the time, or the surrounding area or nothing like that. So we had met through the app, went to a little movie night, whatever. Went on from there. A month later, we got in a relationship, started dating, and stuff like that there. Fast forward to 2020. We was doing pretty good. Every relationship got their ups and downs, but we was still doing pretty good. Before our situation occurred, that just stopped no contact altogether. We never had no situation like that before. But yeah, started dating in 2019. 2020 was good. Get to 2021. April of 2021. Matter of fact, April Fool's Day, I got my car. Well, dang, y'all, I'm skipping parts. Hold on. Okay, so we was in school. I wanted me a car. I felt like my folks was taking too long to give me a car, so I took it upon myself to go sneak off and get me a job at the grocery store. Same store he worked at. But we was trying to act like we didn't know each other when we was working there. Okay, so left there. Was working there. I started moving up. I went from being a cashier after a month to working customer service. Then a couple months after that, they let me in the office to start dealing with the money and stuff. So I did start doing that. My bad, I'm trying to get the top of my head flat. I need some little oil or something. Here goes some oil right here. Yeah, don't forget to shop my business too at www.loveecouture.org. But yeah, we was working there together. He ended up quitting from our job and did not tell me. So I told you I got my car in April. The next following month, May, I went and got me an apartment. May 13th to be exact. I went and got my apartment, moved my stuff in. At the point in time, I didn't tell my mama I had moved off camp and got my own apartment until a situation occurred, to where my car was vandalized by a neighbor that turned out to be schizophrenic. So that was a whole nother thing in itself. But that went on. Then me and my ex anniversary was September 13th. When we got together, ironically, it was Friday the 13th. Didn't cross my mind until time went on, and yeah, should have known it wasn't gonna work then. But anyway, still stayed. But yeah, okay, so we was together September 13th of 2021. That following month, I officially ended it. I knew my relationship was failing before then, but I'm the type I want to try. If I feel like something can be saved, it can be salvaged due to the amount of time, I done put into it. So anyway, broke up with him October, I think it was like October 6th or something like that of 2021. It was my apartment, y'all. He had moved with me. At that time, his brother was staying with me, his homeboy was staying with me, so it was 3 of them plus me in the house, and I was doing everything. At the time, the homeboy was like in and out. The brother, he was staying there. I was helping him get a job. He ended up getting a job, and getting him a car and stuff like that. He was trying to get his life together. My ex, not so much. You quit your job. I was letting you use my car. Ladies don't ever do that. But I was letting you use my car. You was supposed to be door dashing to make money at that time. You wasn't doing it. You was going to, what's that city called? You was going to, like, Putney, Pelham area. You was going down there to meet with your homeboys, do whatever. But I was at work. You had my car. You wasn't bringing me lunch. You wasn't answering my phone calls. You was taking too long to respond to texts. So yeah, of course I'm finna get annoyed. I'm finna get pissed off or whatever. But I still didn't see it going south that bad, if that makes sense. So anyway, boom. October come, I did it, I ended. I tell him he needs to get his stuff, leave. He doesn't leave. There was a point in time where he left for 3 days. And the only reason why he left for 3 days to go to a hotel was because that was all the money he had. All he had was money for 3 days for a hotel, motel. All he had was money for 3 days for a motel. So I'm like, okay, cool. He went there. We trying to, get ourselves together during that time to see it. Like I said, if something can be salvaged, if something can be repaired there, it couldn't. So then after that, while he was at the hotel, it was this girl that had came to see him that was his best friend or whatever. Well, I don't think, no, that was the sister. My bad. That was the sister. And he told me about it. He said they didn't do nothing like that, but she did come to see him and she had confessed to him that she wanted to be with him, this, that, and third. Y'all, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. At the time, I really didn't care because I was worried about my own thing. I'm worried about trying to get you out of my house. I don't got time for the drama. He wouldn't leave. I had called his folks to come get him. His brother was calling their folks to come get him to, leave me alone and stuff like that. He wouldn't leave. So I had took it upon myself that I was just gonna go ahead and move out. I was already looking at other apartments, but I wasn't telling him I was doing this on my own time, or while he'll be thinking I'm at work. I was looking for another spot for me to go to because this is dead. Ain't nothing going forward here. There's no point, there's no purpose, ain't no point in putting out more energy, time, nothing into this. So I want to go look for my own spot. Ended up finding a spot, put in the application and did all that. They kept telling me, we're gonna get your apartment ready this week. Okay, so I'm hitting the people up. He's still not knowing I'm finna move. I'm hitting the people up, and I'm like, okay, what's going on? When the apartment gonna be ready? So I told y'all this situation occurred on December 3rd of 2021. I was supposed to move out 3 days later, y'all. I was supposed to move out on December 6th originally. And then I had called the people and they told me it wasn't ready. The unit had a couple more things that had to be done. And so I'm like, okay, cool, but get it done as quick as possible because I'm trying to leave from where I'm at, right? So the apartment didn't end up being ready until December 13th, which is after this situation happened. So boom, it is, what month we in now, y'all? Okay, we in September, October. We in November, right? He's still there. He will not leave. So I'm just coexisting with a person. We not dealing with each other. We not sleeping in the same room. We just coexist. I'm not speaking to you. You're not speaking to me. But unfortunately, we under the same roof at the same time. That type of situation. So December 2nd comes, right? Well, no. When did he? I'm gonna say end of November is when he found out that he could get a job at Olive Garden. So he ends up getting a job at Olive Garden. Cool. Get the job at Olive Garden. He, like I told y'all, he ain't got no car. He ain't got no money like that. None of that. His folks wasn't really trying to help him, come pick him up, none of that. So December 2nd, he had texted me when I was still working at our old job that we used to work at together, but I was now working in the office in the customer service area. So we get there, we do that. I don't know where my comb at. He texted me while I'm at work, and he was like, could I give him a ride home or whatever? And y'all, I was really hesitant to give him a ride home. Like I told y'all, I guess we were still under the same roof. But before that, he was already tripping out on me. Like, you tried to throw your stuff out my second story window. Because at the time, I lived in the townhouse. You tried to throw your stuff out my second story window. You tried to say you was going to kill yourself. You tried to say... One day I was at work, y'all. I literally had a customer in front of me. He had called me. I had my AirPod inside instant. And I'm like, yeah, what? Like, because you just... Like, it was no good feeling when you called, when we interacted, nothing. So he called me while I'm at work with a customer now. He tell me on the phone if I don't come home right then that he was going to drink bleach. Y'all stayed and worked my whole shift and worked some more time because I'm like, bro, I don't got time for this. So when I'm on the way home, I guess you could say I'm trying to prepare myself, thinking like, you know, he finna be having a reaction on the floor to some bleach or something when I get there. Y'all, when I get there, that man is fine, okay? When I say nothing was wrong with him, I'm like, bro, you know how manipulative that it is? But I'm just like, all right, babe, you know, my mom, I'm getting up out of here. I'm packing my stuff slowly. It might not look like it to you, but bud, you just don't know. I'm gonna be gone. So then, like I said, December 2nd came. He asked me if I give him a ride home from work. He was like, he'll be ready at 11. Since I think they closed at like 10 or something like that. So he was like, he'll be ready at 11. And I was like, okay, cool, bet, because I had to close that night at the store. Our store closed at 10, but I would start going ahead, counting money, getting the reports and stuff ready before we closed the store and had to leave. So I'm trying to be out of the office by 10:30. I'm not trying to be here all night, counting no money, doing no safe, none of that. I'm ready to go. So I'm like, all right, bro, I get you right home. Cool. So I pull up. Told you I got done at 10:30. I literally clocked out at 10:30. Olive Garden was like literally up the street and make one turn and boom, it's Olive Garden. So boom, I'm at Olive Garden by like 10:40, y'all. 10:40. He said he's gonna be ready at 11. That's 20 minutes. I'm not tripping. 11 passes. You're not ready. I'm texting you. I'm calling you. You not answering me. But the type of person I am, if I gave you my word on something, I'm a stick to it. So I stick to it. I'm like, okay, bet. I'm going to pick you up. When you say you're about to get off, I'm still out here. I'm waiting on you. Y'all, I'm a diabetic. So at the time, I had just got off work. I'm hungry. My sugar is dropping. You pissing me off, okay? So I'm like, you know what? Just chill, you know. The place don't close to this time. You'll be able to get your food or whatever. The place didn't close till like 1 in the morning. So he finally come out like after 12 o'clock. I'm pissed already, but I'm not saying nothing in the car. I'm just trying to go get my food. By the time I get to the side of town where my food at, the place is closed. So now I'm even more pissed, but I'm not saying nothing. I'm chilling because this is already a toxic situation. I'm not trying to add no more fuel to the fire. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to just end up, there you go. I'm just end up getting Taco Bell. So I end up getting Taco Bell. Boom. We get to the house. I parked the car and he was like, can we talk for a little bit? And I'm like, yeah, okay, we talk for a little bit, but I'm trying to go in the house. I'm hungry. I'm not feeling good. Okay. He talked. The talk gets us nowhere. Like, literally. I'm thinking, you know, the type of conversation we had, it was basically like a it is what it is type of conversation. So I'm thinking that's dead. That's the end of it, right? We go in the house. I go upstairs. I change my clothes. I put a gown on. I got my food. In the middle of us talking, he passes out upstairs. Told y'all his brother was staying with me. So I'm telling his brother, like, bro, come get him up off the floor. At the time, I still have love for this person. I'm not going to lie to y'all. So I'm like, okay, you need something to drink, like, what's going on or whatever. So he was like, yeah, go give me some lemonade. Because I had made some lemonade in a pitcher, like, earlier that week. So I go get the lemonade. As I get the lemonade, I'm coming back up the steps. He's standing at the top of the steps. And he's like, really? This what you gonna do to me? Da da da. Y'all, I don't know how that man got into my phone because I had changed my password. He was not there when I changed my password. My password was nothing he would have known the whole time we was together, which is why I specifically made it that password. I had took the Face ID off my phone. I don't know how that man got into my phone, but anyway, he saw the messages and conversations between me and people I was cool with about me leaving and me trying to, get my stuff and my situation together. He trips out. So he tripping out. I'm just like, bro, it ain't even that deep. Blase, blase. I'm still going up the steps. I'm going to my room, finna go lay down. Y'all know? I think I got a video on my phone too and like my Google Photos. But do y'all know that man took it upon himself to smash the TV, smash the walls? Like, I'm talking about from bedroom to closet to bathroom to down the stairs, everything. So at this point, I'm like, I throw my hands up. You got it, bro. You tripping out? I don't know what your issue is. I'm finna be gone. Put my clothes on. Put a little jogging suit on, right? Get my stuff. Get my phone. Get my iPad. I need my laptop. Get my laptop. This man took one of my phones, because I had 2 phones at the time. He took one of my phones, threw it through the wall. Phone stuck in the wall. My next phone I had, but it wasn't the phone that was on. The phone that was on was the one he threw in the wall. I tried to get the phone out the wall so that I could get the SIM card out of the phone, because at the time I thought that your SIM card held everything. So it was like that all my business stuff was on that phone. So I was trying to get that phone, right? So I was trying to get the phone. He wasn't trying to give me the phone. When I tell you that mug was psycho, y'all, that man followed me downstairs and literally told me, let's have a conversation. Like, he had calmed down, right? He was like, let's have a conversation. We sit on the couch. Do y'all know that man tried to swallow my SIM card? It pissed me clean off, because I'm like, bruh. Like I said, at the time, I didn't know that your SIM card only holds your phone number for real. And my iCloud storage was full. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. So I knew the stuff that I needed personally off that phone was not backed up nowhere. So I'm like, all right, because you dragging it, right? So then it's like I'm trying to get my keys, go to my car. He's not letting me out the house, y'all. Mind you, the way my house is set up, it was a townhouse, like how my house now is a townhouse, but it was like the front door right here, and then I had a like side patio door right here that was, it was bricked in like a L shape, but it still had a little opening. So he tried to swallow my SIM card. Well, let me tell y'all first how he got the SIM card out the phone. He took the phone that he had just threw out in the wall, took it out the wall, took his earring back off, put it in the little hole instead of having like the Apple issue thing or whatever. Put it in the hole, got my SIM card out. So I'm tripping out over that, because I'm telling y'all, like, I think I need that at the time. So tripping out over that. His brother come down and he like, bro, you need to chill. You just need to leave her alone. She already said she don't want this. Da, da, da. So we sitting there talking on the couch. Y'all, when I tell y'all I got so numb, like my mind, it just wasn't even. I'm telling y'all, wasn't nothing going in that moment for real. So it's like, all right, you tripping. I'm tired and ready to go. I don't got time. Why I ain't coming along? Don't go the wrong way. Anyway, so we sitting there talking. His brother listening to the conversation and this, that, and the third. And he was like, bro, that's the end of it. She don't want nothing else to do with you. She not, the situation is dead. He was like, no, it's not dead. I'ma change. I'ma da. Anytime a nigga say that, he lying. Just leave. So he says all of that, and like I told y'all, I went numb in that moment. Y'all, the next words that came out of my mouth so cutthroat and deep. When I tell you there was no pitch in my voice, there was no anger in my voice. The next words that came out of my mouth was, you are like a tick on a dog, sucking me dry. Oh, what did I say that for? That mug went to tripping out more. But I'm telling y'all, I'm numb to the situation. Like, that's how bad it had gotten to where it's like, it's you or me at this point. So he trips out. He's pick up, because I told y'all I had a schizophrenic neighbor, and the schizophrenic neighbor had like found some rocks by a tree and had threw them in my window at one point in time. So we had took the rocks from outside and put them in my house by the door. Y'all, he took them rocks. He threw one went over my head, through the wall. The next one went towards the left side of my head into the couch because I was sitting on the couch. He starts tripping out, tearing up shit even more. And I'm like, okay, you got it. Y'all, before I could grab my laptop, this man takes my laptop, goes outside. At the time, I had a red cherry, well, like red Ruby, Ford Escape, right? I called her Ruby. This man took my laptop, went outside, beat my front windshield in, jumped on the hood, ran up the front of my car, jumped up on the top, created a dent in that, slid down the back of my car and tried to beat the back window in, but the back window, for some reason, it was harder than the front windshield. So he was trying to beat it with the laptop. It was not working. So then I go outside because I'm like, bro, you dead ass tripping. You was trying to make a scene out here. And y'all, I'm not one for public embarrassment. I don't like people in my business, none of that. So I'm sitting here like, yo, what you got going on for real? Like, what is you doing this for? And y'all, it was nothing he could tell me, say to me, none of that. So I'm like, all right. At this time, I already know the situation there is over. Like, that got to be the end, right? So I'm trying to be the bigger person here. I turn around to go back inside the house. Mind y'all, I still got these night clothes on. I turn around and go back in the house, y'all. At the time, I had a half up, half down. This is one of the reasons I sleep don't wear that style no more with my natural hair. I had a half up, half down. This man pulled the left side of my hair and pulled me down on the ground. That's how I messed up my elbow and how I messed up my left knee. Scratched it up, just bleed. Y'all, I hit the floor. It felt like I got the wind knocked out of me, okay? All from a pool. And I'm just like, but you know, when you angry, like your adrenaline pumping and stuff, you got more force, you got more strength, no lie. So it was one of them type situations. So I'm like, all right, I got the wind out of me. His brother come running out the house. Him and the brother get into it. Him and the brother having a whole long fist fight. My ex is getting beat up. I'm low-key proud of the brother because, bro, I ain't even got it in me right now. Y'all, they fighting in the middle of the street of the main road. They done left out the complex because I stayed in the front of my complex. They done left out the complex. Went and got in the middle of the road beating on each other. Mind y'all, before that, he had called his people and was like, yeah, y'all need to come get bro. He tripping out. Y'all, as they coming up, why they people almost run them over? Because, like I said, they having a whole full-blown fist fight in the middle of the road. So then, of course, police get called. My neighbor's outside. I'm embarrassed. I'm in my night clothes. I'm bleeding. I'm winded. It's so much going on at one time. So, boom, police come, ambulance come check me out. They was like, it ain't that bad. They gave me, like, some extra bandages and stuff to clean my wounds and myself up, in the meantime. So, I'm like, okay, cool. Then the police come. And at the time, y'all, the job we was working, the girl that I work with, her family was police officers. Y'all, I didn't know that until after the situation happened. I had got back to work, but basically the officer that related to her had came home and told them about the situation and how bad it was, stuff like that. Y'all, at the time, she didn't know it was me. She just knew it was my last name until I came to work and I explained what happened and this, that, and the third. Anyway, situation happened. Police come. I told the police, sir, look, I'm 20, okay? I was like, do you have children? This is not something you want your daughter to go through. This is my house. His name is not on the lease. None of that. I explained everything that had happened to him or whatever. They put me in the back of the police car. I was not under arrest. I was not detained. I just had to go with them to, make the reports and all that stuff and be interviewed, all that. And I couldn't drive my car, so they had to give me a ride because shit, how I'm going to see out the front windshield? You done busted. So we over there. The police take me to the police station. And on the ride there, he was just giving me some advice, like, the cop who I was with was giving me advice. My ex, the cop, I don't know what they talked about, but that man had fell on the ground talking about, please don't take me to jail and all this, that, and that. Oh, nah, baby, you going. You are going. And y'all, at the time when the situation happened, I felt bad because I was like, dang, I don't want to be the type of female to put another black male in jail. Baby, all that went out the window. Changed my whole philosophy at that point. So I'm just like, Well, dang. You know, I'm thinking I'm just finna come home, get out of work, just be chilling. Not at all. Okay, do you hear me? And y'all, I was like in such disbelief that this was even happening to me, because I'm just like, ain't no way. It was definitely a way, y'all. It was definitely a way. I'm telling y'all that. So boom, go to the police station, we get interviewed. I ended up falling asleep in the interview room because they would take too long. I already hadn't gone to sleep that night because all this going on. This had occurred at like 3 a.m. over into the 3rd, which is why I say the 3rd, but the situation really started on the 2nd. So boom, that takes so long, I go to sleep. The man come in there, I explain the situation to him. Moral of the story, they end up letting me go. We have a court case. This man tried to fight that case and not show up to court for over 2 years. The last time we saw each other face to face before what I'm finna tell y'all was June of last year. It was like June 10th, and I was pissed because my birthday is in June. That was 17 days before my birthday, and it was like, I'm not trying to start my month out bad dealing with him and his BS. We went to court. Y'all, why the judge called me up to the front of the stand about the situation, because I just showed up to hear, you know, like what was going on. They had never asked me to come appear in court before that, right? So I'm like, all right. We get up there, the judge talking, and at the time he had a felony and a misdemeanor and all that. She pleaded it down to a misdemeanor because she didn't want him to use his first something. It's like if you got a felony, it's a little terminology that they use. I think it's called like first offender or something like that, y'all. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I don't know. But anyway, it was something like that, and she was like, she didn't want him to use that because she felt like he would get in trouble again because he was that type. His grandma was there. Previously, I think his parents was there. I think I had seen them a time or two before, but I never saw his brother. And then I never saw the homeboy again either. But anyway, all that happened. Earlier this year is when I got a check for all the damages. I was blessed at the time of the incident that the apartment complex didn't file any charges on me, didn't file any suit on me for me to get them the money back for the damages and anything like that. Like, I was so thankful for that because, y'all, the amount of damage to that unit, it was like over $5,000 worth. And at the time, bro, I ain't got that. I'm a college student. I'm working at a grocery store. I'm giving plasma. I'm door dashing. I don't got it. Okay? And the only reason why I had to do all that stuff was because I had to recoup everything that I had lost. I had to get it back. Because I needed my car. That's how I got to work. Like, my friends and stuff, I was asking them for rides at the time. But they had their own jobs, too. They had their own class and stuff they had to go to, too. And then the way that the bus was running from where I used to stay on the east side in Albany, bro, I wasn't going to never make it nowhere on time for real. So, all that happened. I ended up moving. I did actually move into the spot that I was looking at. I think, okay, that happened in 2021. In 2022, my friend's son's birthday party was happening. Another friend had needed me to go to the store and get something for them real quick. Went to the store. Y'all, why that man pull up, my ex, why that man pull up in the front of my car and block me in? Well, attempt to block me in because I got out. Attempt to block me in at the store. And then try to proceed to get into it with my friend. No, that man didn't follow me to my house. I did shoot at him. I missed on purpose. Let's be clear. Because at the time, I was going to the gun range, okay? Now, the weapon I shot at the time was a shotgun. I did also have a Glock at the time because I had turned 21 that year. So, yeah, I was getting everything in order because, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, he did give me them type of vibes. Like, I'll be back. I'll spin block. And I was scared to, like, go to sleep in my new spot after that situation happened because I'm like, dang, you done found me all the way up. I live on a whole nother side of town now. What was you doing over here in the first place? But anyway, that situation happened. got away from it then, got another charge, and then let me tell y'all, no. How about, like I told y'all, this whole time I was still working at the old job that we had used to work together. How about that man had sent flowers to my job, y'all? But it was weird because the flowers had came like the day before. But my shift, I had got off early that day because of how they had scheduled hours. So instead of me getting off at like my 3, or if I get off later like at 4, if they need me to stay, or later depending on if we ain't had nobody come to work or whatever, I got off early that day. I got off at 2. The flowers came after 2 o'clock, but my original schedule usually is to 3, and he probably knew that, which is why the flowers came like during the time that I would have normally been at work, but I wasn't there. So I didn't get them to the next day. And he had sent a little card with him and everything, talking about how he's sorry, he apologized, he always loved me, blah, blah, blah. Man, F you. I don't care about none of that. You barely got me flowers when we was together, but now you want to get them because of, no, we're not doing that. So, I didn't take the flowers. I left the flowers at work. I told him to put them in the trash because, y'all, I was so paranoid at the time. I felt like it could have been like some type of tracker or something in the flowers, or it could have been something on the flowers to the point like if I touched the flowers then I might pass out or something. It was just so much going through my mind that I was just like, nah, I'm not keeping them, I'm not taking them, I'm not doing none of that. So I throw them away, whatever. I tell the courts about him sending stuff to my job and how I felt like that was harassment and this and the third. So he got no charge. So we did all that just for him to not go to jail, which is why I feel when women are in those situations, that is why a lot of them unfortunately die and pass away, because y'all rather let them back out than keep them in there because, oh, this their first offense, this their first time on record. Now, I can't say if this had, this situation happened with somebody else before me with him, because I don't know that information. But what I will say is, for that to play out the way it did, it wasn't the first time. Mind you, I told y'all I was 20 when this situation happened. Me and him are only a few months apart. If y'all get what I'm trying to say. Me and him are only a few months apart. But he didn't end up going to jail. I just got a check, which he probably didn't even fund because he was working. He still didn't have no job then. And no, I wasn't keeping tabs on him. That it was just what the court was reporting when we had to go. So, after all that happened, I then moved again to where I am now. Which, I'm still in the same city as my abuser. But you're not finna bully me out of somewhere that I'm prospering, if that makes sense. If it wasn't meant for me to be here, I wouldn't be here. So clearly, this is where I'm meant to be. That is why I have stayed. God, this is so pretty, and it holds such a good curl. I love it. My God, I had this in about a week, going on 2 weeks now. Not the point of the story. Anyway, so after all that happens, we get to this year. Now, I have a business, so I do post a lot on social media on other platforms outside of this one. I don't know if you've seen them or not, because I didn't block them. I feel like you're going to see me prosper, you're going to see me do well, because you did not end my story, if that makes sense. So, y'all, yesterday, me and my family went on a family outing to, I ain't gonna say where, but we went out on an outing, basically. And I ran into my abuser. And I told y'all, this shit would make 3 years for me. I ran into my abuser. I was in the bathroom. The person I was with had actually called me and told me that he was in the building and what he was doing. He actually works there, which is crazy. But anyway, he had called me and gave me a heads up before I even had walked out the bathroom, right? So I was prepared in a way. But I didn't know how prepared I was. And I said it because I really thank God for my growth and the favor that he has placed on my life. Because if I would have saw that man a couple years ago, I probably would have tripped out. I probably would try to run him over with my car. Or might have tried to get him again this time and not miss. But since then, from where God has brought me from to where I am now, y'all, I remain calm. Like, I was so proud of myself because it was a point in time where people saying his name to me, people speaking on the situation to me, people mentioning him or me seeing him, I used to get like a sick feeling. Like, it used to make me nauseous. Like, I'm talking about real sick to my stomach. I didn't feel none of that. I didn't feel no queasy. I didn't feel no anger. I didn't feel no frustration. I felt nothing. I felt nothing towards him. And I was so proud of myself for it because it takes a lot to get to that point where you feel nothing. Like, it's a lot of people, a lot of women and men, because it can occur to men as well, who have been in situations like that, and it takes them longer, you know what I'm saying, to get over it or to be able to face that person and see that person. Y'all, when I tell you I was walking in my truth, in my happiness, I was not studying you. I looked you dead in your eyes to let you know you no longer hold that power over me. You don't make me feel no type of way. Like, I had been forgave him. After the situation happened, I had forgave him because the anger that I had in my heart, I had to let that go. I couldn't keep that on me. I couldn't keep that on my life, especially knowing, that's not my purpose. That's not what I was called here to do. That's not what I'm meant to be doing. But it just made me feel so good, like, and it wasn't even like I'm trying to stun on you and show you that I'm better than you and that I'm doing better than you in life. It was just more so of a release for me than anything. It was just an accomplishment. Like, to be able to look your abuser in their face and not look away, not break eye contact, not back down. Like, y'all, when I tell you that was so fearless for me yesterday, I was so proud of myself. And I couldn't do nothing but thank God, because I know, like, where I have come from with that situation. And like I'm telling y'all, the hate and the stuff that used to go through my mind about that situation and how it had changed my life so bad to the point where I didn't want to go nowhere. I didn't want to do nothing. I didn't want to talk to nobody. I wasn't taking care of myself. I had lost a lot of weight. And it's just like to now be able to see them and just take your power back. Like, take your power back, take your voice back, take your joy back. Like, I'm telling y'all, it's a feeling I ain't never felt before. I didn't even think I would feel it in that moment. But I did. Excuse me. And I can't do nothing but thank God for it. Because I know it's a lot of people out there who would never get that opportunity. Like, when I was going to therapy for that situation, my therapist kept telling me, it's no guarantee that you'll get the type of closure that you need, you know what I'm saying, out of that situation. But y'all, when I tell y'all I finally got it, I had already closed that chapter of my life. But to put the stamp on it, but what happened yesterday, it's a feeling unheard of, okay? When I say unheard of, ooh. Yeah, I don't know how to fix my braids, so that's why they be looking fuzzy. I can individually braid, but I ain't no scalp braiding. She had braided these, like, she started braiding them on the scalp and then just braiding them down. Maybe I don't know how to fix that. But we're just gonna roll with this. Okay. But yeah, that was my little spiel. Like, when I tell you, I continued to thank God the whole rest of the day yesterday. Like, dang, I can't get it off. I was just continuously thanking him and thanking him for my growth and thanking him for letting me be at peace. Like, it's one thing to say you actually at peace, but to be able to show that you're at peace. It's one thing to say you actually at peace, but to be able to show that you're at peace. It's one thing to say you actually at peace, but to be able to show that you're at peace. It's one thing to say you actually at peace, but to be able to show that you're at peace. But yeah, if you going through a situation like that, or you know somebody going through a situation like that, baby, just gonna help them get out. Now, what I will say too is, I was one of them people who was trying to help myself get out. Everybody that you come into contact with in a situation like that, they might not want help, and sometimes you can't give it. You can't help people more than they want to help themselves. I had to learn that the hard way too. But if you feel in your heart of hearts, you feel like it's something you can do to change that person's life and help the situation, and they're actually open to it, I'm gonna recur this one too, because it's getting on my nerves. Then I say go for it. But if you know that ain't the case, don't be out there risking your life for nobody. Because at the end of the day, the person gonna do what they wanna do. Oh yeah. It just ain't gonna, well, maybe I'll do it this way. No, because it's gonna put the little bump in it. It's supposed to be this way. If my little one would come on, I would just curl it with that one because it ain't holding. But anyway, yeah, that was my little spiel for today about just, you know, walking in my truth and taking my voice, my power, and my strength back. Okay, there we go. That's a little better. So yeah, y'all. Oh, okay. So y'all see, I got my pen. Of course, gold is one of my favorite things. So yeah, but hey, y'all can't see. But the back of my shirt, can y'all see? Not really. But anyway, the back of my shirt says "Never Stop Being a Fighter." It does say EST 2018 on it. This shirt means something to me for more than one reason. One, because it say being a fighter, which your girl is a fighter, a survivor, all that. Thanks to the man above. Two is because that same year my mom was diagnosed with cancer. And she was a fighter too. So that is why I got this shirt. I did order this shirt at TikTok shop. So if you do want this shirt, it should be in my showcase or my bio. I'm not sure what it's called on here right now, but yeah. But yeah, y'all, thank for coming to hear my story, you know. Listen to my little testimony, my little spiel for the day. But yeah, y'all, that definitely made my day. It's still making my day. Like, I woke up so happy and gratified today and just thankful because it could have been way worse. Like, I could have not been here. I could have been, you know, more hurt, like, internally, mentally, or physically. And I'm not. I'm doing pretty well. I'm doing pretty good for myself. So, yeah. Thank y'all. Bye.